Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the live-action Disney remake Aladdin hitting store shelves, along with the third installment in the action franchise John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, the horror comedy The Dead Don't Die, the 14th season of Supernatural is hitting store shelves, and a hell of a lot of Disney 4Ks are coming out, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here with this display for Aladdin 2019. Not bad at all, not bad indeed. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Aladdin 2019 for $22.96. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.96 right here, guys. Now, Nick and I did a movie review on Aladdin. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the descriptions if you want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And I was really not anticipating this movie, guys. I'm not gonna lie, because I saw the trailers and I was really turned off by the trailers, man. I honestly was. I didn't think it looked good at all. I thought it looked amateurish. The CGI looked weak. I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna be a train wreck. And I was so pleasantly surprised by this movie, guys. I thought it was really well done, well acted, well directed. I thought it was really well done. I like the story. The story is similar to the original animated movie, but I like the changes that they made to it. I like that they updated it for more of the modern times, as far as sort of, you know, more of the stronger female characters and changing stuff up with the genie. And I thought the differences was like, it's not a carbon copy of the original, which I thought helped. At the same time, I thought the changes that they made were actually really helpful and actually engaged me in the story. I thought it was different. I thought it was unique. I thought it had a lot of unique charm and flair to it. It's a great counterpart to the original film, in my opinion, guys. It really is. It's not a carbon copy, and that's something I really appreciated. I thought it was very, very well done. A real big pleasant surprise here. I thought Dumbo was going to be the better film, but honestly, not entirely true, guys. I was pleasantly surprised. Dumbo turned out to be not so great, and Aladdin turned out to be great. So you never really know until you actually go and see the movie. But honestly, this was a really great surprise for me. And, you know, I can't say I'm a fan of all of the Disney live-action remakes they've done, but I gotta say, Aladdin is one of the better ones. It really is. It really surprised me and shocked me in a pleasant way, guys. Very, very well done here, guys. Honestly, very, very worth looking into. If you were a little sort of timid about checking it out because you were worried it was going to be the same thing, don't, because it was so much better, I think, than I think a lot of people was going to give it credit for. Me included, guys. Definitely worth it. I don't see any sort of like exclusives here. I just see the 4K and the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. But what I also see over here is they have the original Aladdin, the animated one, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital over here for $24.96. And, you know, I told you guys just now how much the remake is really good. Aladdin is an awesome film. It's absolutely a classic. I watched it when I was a kid. It really was imaginative and wonderful, and I love the characters, and I thought the genie was absolutely fantastic and funny as hell. And I'm not much into animated movies anymore like I used to be, but let me tell you something. When I was a kid, it's movies like Aladdin that really opened up my imagination in a big bad way. I still really cherish this movie. You know, I haven't watched it in a really long time, truth be told, and I might have to give it another look down the line, but honestly, I remember really loving it as a kid, and it's just a great, really wonderful Disney animated classic that still, I think, would hold up to this day. It's definitely one where I think the kids will definitely really enjoy it. Don't let them forget about the animated ones. As much as I do like the Aladdin remake, I still want kids to really get into the old school animated classics. You know what I mean? So definitely give this a look for your kids. Like I said, it's a really great, I think, like experience for kids to see the animated classic and then see the live action remake and see the differences and the updated stuff and see which one they like better. I still think the Aladdin animated classic is still amazing, guys, but definitely let me know what you think. Not bad at all for $24.96, and not bad for this display for Aladdin 2019, guys. All right, let's see what else they got. All right, everybody, we are over at this display for John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. Not bad at all, not bad display whatsoever, guys. And the first thing over here I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum for $19.96. They also have over here the DVD for $14.96, and they also have an 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital Walmart exclusive that includes the replica agitator coin. Well, that's interesting. That's cool. Huh. That's not bad. I kind of like that exclusive here. Huh. If you all like to collect some of that cool, like, John Wick stuff, not bad at all, man. Nice coin. That's pretty cool. And Bob and I did a movie review on John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum. You can catch it on the movie review playlist. I'll also put a link down below in the description if you want to hear our full and complete thoughts on the movie. And just imagine about a couple years ago that John, Bob, and I are in the movie theaters watching John Wick Chapter 2, and the end of that film happens, and he's labeled excommunicado, and he's running, and everybody's got guns, and they're ready to, like, you know, just attack him and kill him. And we left the theater. We're like, when the hell is John Wick Chapter 3 coming? When is it getting here? Because we need to know fast, man. And it was a slog to wait 2 years, but it was so well worth it, man. This movie is so kick-ass. It's so amazing, dude. The action here is sick as hell. You got gun fu, you got dog fu, you got sword fu, you got everything in here, man. Keanu Reeves is still one badass motherfucker in this, man. You know, it's kind of interesting because this has now become the go-to action franchise, man. Everybody is like, now it's like John Wick is like a household name, dude. Like, people like anticipate these movies big time, and I can't blame them, man. The action keeps getting better. All three of these films are absolutely awesome here. I think it's one of those franchises that just keeps getting better with every single installment. And you can't say that with every single sort of action franchise, but you can say it with John Wick, man. The characters are really dynamic. The action is dynamic. The story and sort of the whole mystery of John Wick and all of this sort of the story of John Wick and his life and the people that he's encountered and all of the sort of like mythology of it is so really cool, man. I'm telling you, dude, this is one of the best ongoing movie series out there. Everything is so great here and so up to perfection and so amazing, guys. It really honestly is. I can't say enough wonderful things about John Wick Chapter 3. It's so awesome, dude. If you haven't watched the John Wick series, get on it and get on Chapter 3 quick, because it is sick action, some of the best you'll see, and I can't wait for John Wick Chapter 4, dude. I honestly cannot. I am highly anticipating it, dude. It should be absolutely awesome. If you guys agree with me, definitely let me know. And it's cool that they have the exclusive here with the coin there. I think the coin is actually pretty cool. Not bad at all. And not bad for all you John Wick fans out there. Not bad display at all. Very cool. Alright, guys. Let's see what else they got. Alright, guys. We're over in this section of Walmart. And the first thing I'm seeing is they do have the DVD of Aladdin over here for $19.96 for all you DVD lovers out there. If you are only interested in that, they do have it here for that. They also have over here, they have the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Astronaut for $14.96 and the DVD for $9.96. Now, I know this came out last week, but Walmart didn't have it at the time, so they do have it now. One man, one dream, one ticket. Astronaut. Huh, very interesting here. What's this about? Retired engineer, Stewart. Oh, okay. You know what? I like that. I like that idea, man, of somebody who wants to go into space and he's got an idea and there's a ticket that he could possibly get to go into outer space. Very interesting, man. I like that plot quite a lot. And I really like Richard Dreyfuss, man. Richard Dreyfuss, from American Graffiti, Jaws, Mr. Holland's Opus, so many great movies, man. He doesn't really do much anymore in as far as big starring roles. He's done little bits and pieces of stuff. I saw him in Book Club and he was really good there, but that was a small role, man. But this could be really cool, man. I do like Richard Dreyfuss quite a lot. It's kind of cool seeing him do more movies, and this doesn't look like a really cheapo type of film. It looks like a really cool type of dramatic story that is right down Richard Dreyfuss's alley. Yeah, I like this. That could be really cool, man. Astronaut. I do like Richard Dreyfuss, man. Good to see him doing more work. Nice. Then over here I'm seeing they have the complete 14th season of Supernatural for $34.96. My God, man. 14 seasons of Supernatural. Woo! Boy. God damn, man. Okay, truth be told, I've never seen a single episode of this. I've never seen a single episode of Supernatural. And yeah, I had many chances to watch it. I believe some of it's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It was at a time when I was watching stuff that I wasn't really into this. So I never really watched it. I know that Bob did. Bob watched it at a certain point, and then I think he stopped watching it because he thought it was kind of getting a little goofy, a little ridiculous, and he thought it was time for it to end. I mean, 14 seasons, man. My God, dude. I've heard a lot of people really like the show, and I've heard a lot of people really sort of crap on it as the years have went on. You know what I mean? I've heard sort of mixed opinions on it. I mean, definitely let me know what you guys think of Supernatural. I always like the idea and the concept of it, and some of the stuff I heard that they did were really cool, but I just never got a chance to actually get into the show itself. Is it worth it? Definitely let me know, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Mayday for $14.96 right here. Michael Pear, Channel Ryan, Crystal Santos. There's something evil on board. Look at that. Man, that airplane's fucked. Jeez. The terror flies high. Well, that's interesting. Look at Michael Pear's it could be really cheesy, man. This kind of looks like one of those movies where the special effects look like garbage, and the acting kind of is probably like garbage too. It kind of one of those ones. But you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember back in the 90s that movie Turbulence? Yeah, man. With Ray Liotta, I think it was, if he was in it or not. Man, dude, I remember that one. That wasn't bad, dude. But yeah, sort of terror on airplanes, not always the best in the horror genre. I don't think this is gonna light the world on fire either. Definitely let me know what you think of Mayday. That cover though, ain't no one surviving that shit. Then the next thing I'm seeing over here is the DVD of The Dead Don't Die for $17.96 right here. And I watched this on Amazon Prime. Now, I saw the trailers, and the trailers looked really cool, looked really funny, and the cast here is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, look at this cast, man. That is one hell of a fucking cast, dude, that they assembled for this thing, man. And is it great? No, unfortunately, it's not great, guys. I have to admit it. It's not really great at all. It's got its moments. It's very, very dry humor. And when I mean dry humor, I mean really dry humor, man. I mean the driest of dry. It's, some of it works and some of it doesn't. The acting is pretty decent overall. I think some of the comedy elements are cool. The zombie makeup is cool. There's not really much in the way of gore. Most of these people, you know, when they get cut, they kind of turn into sort of sand or dust, so there's not really any sort of, you know, like major guts and stuff that's flying. A little bit, but not a lot. It's basically for the cast. The cast here is phenomenal, and it's a very different sort of offbeat zombie movie for the most part. If you're looking for this as like a really great horror comedy, I hate to admit it, but I don't think it really does it. It's got its moments, but it's just alright to me. It's not the funniest horror comedy I've ever seen of all time. It's certainly not the worst. It's not the best zombie movie, but it's not the worst either. It's kind of middle ground. You know what I mean? It's interesting because I like zombie movies. I wanted to check it out, but it's not really fantastic either. I do like dry humor, but this is really just like right down to the most like basic dryness that you could ever get, man. Again, I like the actors and I wanted to watch it for that and the zombie stuff, but was it ultimately worth it? Not entirely, guys. I mean, watch it at your own risk, but go in knowing that it's not as good as maybe the trailers make it out to be. Put it that way. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Being Frank for $14.96 right here. You can't, can choose your family. Logan Miller, Jim Gaffigan, Samantha Massis. Interesting. What's this about? 17-year-old Philip. Oh, damn, he has another family. Get out of here. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. I've seen movies like this where, like, you know, somebody has another family and it's sort of the comedy of it and sort of, you know, the accidental, oh my god, I have to hide from the other family type of thing. It could be cool. I mean, I like Logan Miller. Logan Miller's a good actor. Jim Gaffigan, I'm a little so-so about at times. I like him, sometimes I don't. It's an interesting idea. It could be played up for pretty good comedy, laughs, drama. Not bad. I mean, definitely let me know what you think of Being Frank. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Serengeti for $19.96. Now, I saw the trailer for this. It's a BBC documentary, which is a really interesting one because it's basically just about all of these sort of animals in Africa and how they're all sort of connected together and how, you know, one feeds off of the other, vice versa. It's a very interesting, from what the trailer made out to be, very interesting sort of documentary about life in Africa, the tough times, the weather, the predators, you know, how you have to fight for dominance. It's a very interesting, I like these nature style sort of movies and documentaries, and this looks really interesting. The trailer made it out to be really cool, so I'm definitely interested in this, guys. I like these type of ones for sure. I mean, if you're into it, definitely give it a look. And I know BBC makes a lot of really good ones like this. So definitely give it a look, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of Adventures of Dolly and Spanky. Jeez. With Denise Richards, of all people, and Trace Atkins. Trace Atkins is doing more movies, man. He really is, dude. He's really getting into, like, the low-budget movie game or something. Inspired by true, you know. It looks cool, sort of, you know, bonding with animals and, you know, trying to get over tragedy. It looks like a cool little movie. It does. It doesn't look bad. I mean, I hadn't seen Denise Richards in something in a long-ass time. It's been quite a while since I've seen Denise Richards in anything, dude. Long-ass time, man. I know she's been doing a lot of these sort of independent, low-budget movies. And Trace Atkins, hit or miss. I've seen him in a couple things. He's good, but he ain't exactly the greatest, we'll put it that way. Adventures of Dally and Spanky. I won't do it. It's tempting, but you could do a lot of jokes on Dolly and Spanky. Just put it that way. Very interesting indeed. I like the cover, but again, you can really make a lot of jokes about that cover, guys, and the name. I'm just throwing it out there. Do with it what you will. Oh, interestingly enough. All right. And that does it for this section, guys. Not bad so far. Let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we are over in this section of Walmart over here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the DVD of SEAL Team Season 2 for $29.96? Huh. I have never heard of this show. I didn't even know that David Boreanaz was doing really anything else, man. I really didn't know, man. Failure isn't an option. No, man, I did not know anything about this. Huh. I like David Boreanaz, man. I like David Boreanaz from Angel. Thought he was really cool in Angel. I also really like him in that horror movie Valentine, which, truth be told, is not a great movie, to be honest with you, but it's not terrible either. I kind of liked him in it, man. Huh. I like the idea of the Army, the SEAL Team stuff. Yeah, man. Color me surprised. I'd never heard of this show, man. SEAL Team Season 2. David Boreanaz, man. Back to TV. Damn. Is this good? Is this bad? I mean, it can't be bad. It got a Season 2, so it had to have been somewhat good. You can definitely let me know what you think of SEAL Team. Let me know what you think of David Boreanaz. Nice to see him doing more work, man. Then over here, I see they have This Is Us, the complete third season for $22.96. Damn, man. Man, this show is popular, man. Woo, man. This show is really popular, guys. And truth be told, I've never seen a single episode of this, and because I don't have NBC, man, so I don't have cable. So these type of shows I don't watch. I think it's on Netflix though. Maybe I can watch an episode or two of it, but it's basically sort of a drama, from what I gather, about like people's lives and sort of, you know, the complications of it and love and, you know, the challenges in life, that kind of thing. I mean, I don't hate shows like this. It could be really cool, and I know people really love this show, man. It's incredibly and hugely popular. I just never have really thought of getting into watching it, man. I know people really watch this, and it is a tearjerker by far. People are like crying rivers over this show, man. Is it worth it? Let me know what you guys think. Seems like it's got a good cast, though. It must be somewhat decent. I mean, it's got a third season, and there's more coming, so, you know, somebody gotta be watching, you know what I'm saying? Definitely let me know. Then over here, I see the DVD of The Alienist for $22.96. Believe this is the first season, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I saw trailers for this before the actual show came out. Of course, I never got a chance to watch any of it. I'm wondering if this is on Netflix. I might want to see if I can catch some of this, but I like the whole story behind this. I like the whole story about really back in the day, and sort of like a killer on the loose, a killer of boys, almost like a Jack the Ripper type of person, and they're trying to solve the mystery of this and who's killing these boys, and all the while these men are sort of in a love triangle with this woman, and it sounded really cool, and the trailer looked really great, man, but I didn't honestly ever get a chance to really watch it, but it's something I really wanted to watch at some point. I guess I have to wait till most of this stuff comes on Netflix, but it looked really interesting to me. I like the story, I like the drama, I like the sort of like murder mystery, whodunit type of aspect to it. The trailer looked cool, so it's something I was definitely interested in. Definitely let me know if The Alienist is worth it, guys. I do like the cover, though. The cover is really simple, but I like sort of, it's almost like a blood stain or something, or abstract art. I like that a lot. And one other thing, guys, is, now I showed you last week, I showed you Bull here. Now, the only reason why I'm showing it again is because the third-party vendor here at Walmart, he told me something really interesting about this show. He told me that this is based on Dr. Phil's life? Like, I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, he said that this is what Dr. Phil used to do before he was, you know, Dr. Phil. And that Dr. Phil, you know, executive produces this show, and yeah, it's just based on his life as a lawyer and everything. I'm like, really? Dr. Phil used to do this? That blew my goddamn mind away, guys. I was not expecting that. I'm like, Dr. Phil of all people? Really? Okay. Like, I don't know if it's true or not. Is it? I mean, I'm not saying the third-party vendor is like wrong. I'm kind of curious if this is actually true, because if it is, that's wild, man. I would have never thought of Dr. Phil doing this, but then again, man, in past lives. But let me know if that's true, though. Kind of weird, man. I just thought to share that little tidbit. Other than that, that does it for this area, and that does it for Walmart, guys. Not a bad selection this week. All right, let's head out. It's not a bad selection here at Walmart this week, not bad at all, but they are missing a few things, guys. All of those Disney 4Ks that came out this week, Walmart doesn't have them. Casino on 4K came out as well, and Walmart isn't carrying that here also. I mean, we did see a couple of cool displays. We did see that exclusive for John Wick Chapter 3, which does look really cool as well. And they did carry the new releases and some of the indie titles and TV shows. I mean, Walmart usually does a really good job with selection. They're just missing a few things, but honestly, there's a lot of stuff that came out this week, so not every store is going to have everything. But overall, though, I thought that Walmart did a pretty decent job, some pretty decent selection overall. Usually they don't disappoint, and overall, I don't think they disappointed too much here either. Hope you guys enjoy Walmart. I certainly did. Let's head to the next location and see what else they've got. All right, everybody, we are at our second location, Target. Now, Walmart this week had decent selection, like I said, but they didn't have the great selection. Like, I thought we would have seen all of the Disney 4Ks. We didn't see that. We got to see at least an exclusive, some cool displays. So there was stuff at Walmart to check out. But I'm curious about Target, because I know that that week when all those Marvel 4Ks came out, Walmart didn't have it, but Target did. So I'm assuming this week we're going to see the Disney 4Ks over at Target, on top of hopefully maybe a couple of surprises that we didn't see over at Walmart. You never know. It's always a gamble with Target, and, well, every week you never know what you're going to get. This week could be a pleasant surprise. Let's go in and check it out. All right, everybody, we are in at Target here with this display for Aladdin. Very nice right here, very nice indeed. And over here, very cool. Not bad at all. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of the original animated classic Aladdin for $24.99. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.99. And they also have this 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital only at Target exclusive. Includes filmmaker gallery and storybook, and it kind of looks like this. I'll kind of move up a little bit closer here. Yeah, that looks really cool, man. Some facts about the movie, trivia, some pictures. Not bad at all. Again, that's $34.99. Huh. I really actually like the design of the cover quite a bit. Different than this cover here. Huh, I like that. Not bad at all. That's really nice, man. I like that quite a bit. And I think the reason why I really love this movie as much as I do, guys, is because of Robin Williams, man. Robin Williams was inspired casting for voicing the genie, and I thought he brought out the really great sort of moments with the character and the comedy, and he made the movie. If it wasn't for Robin Williams, I don't think Aladdin would be as memorable as it honestly is. And it really is true. He brought something magical to that role that I think if somebody were to do it in animated form again or replace that voice, I don't think it would really match it. I really don't think it would, guys, to be honest with you. He was just really magical and wonderful, and I think for me that's what really stood out for me the most, is that, for him, that character, that animated thing. He was absolutely brilliant in it. I mean, just the movie overall, the animation and the characters are all great anyways, but it's the genie that really stands out. I mean, let me know what you think, guys, but that's what my thoughts are on that. But it's still a really great animated movie overall. But again, it's Robin Williams that really makes that movie, dude. Makes that movie shine. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Aladdin 2019 for $22.99. And they have the DVD over here for $19.99. I don't see any of the 4K or anything over on this side. But let's briefly talk about the elephant in the room, shall we? The one that everybody was focused on, and that was Will Smith. Let's talk about Will Smith. Let's talk about how the trailers really were terrible to the genie, dude. Like, I remember when the trailers came out and everybody was shitting on Will Smith. They were shitting on the blue, how it looked really terrible. And truth be told, it looked really bad, dude. Like, I was watching, I was like, ooh, that looks really amateurish and bad. And I didn't know what I really thought of Will Smith's genie. I thought, this looks really terrible. He's gonna ruin this thing. He's gonna really just fucking kill this thing and ruin people's childhoods. You know, all that jazz. I was ready to hate on the genie big time. I really was. But Will Smith pulled it off, dude. Will Smith did. And the great thing about Will Smith in this movie is that he's doing something different than Robin Williams. He's not doing the same thing. He's not trying to do the same shtick as Robin Williams. He's not trying to, you know, pull off the same type of comedy. He's not trying to do that. He's just trying to do a different iteration of the character and make it his own. And I thought it worked. And I remember, I think there's an interview with Will Smith where he was like, how terrified he was of trying to replace Robin Williams. I mean, he took the role because he was interested in it, but I think he was just terrified about the possibilities of like trying to one-up Will Smith, or I'm sorry, trying to one-up Robin Williams. And he doesn't one-up Robin Williams, because no one can really one-up Robin Williams. But what he does is, I think he makes the role, he takes the Will Smith personality and puts it into the genie, but I think it worked. It's something different, it's something unique, it's not the same old thing, and that's what I appreciate. Because a lot of these live-action remakes, the problem that they have is that they're trying to do the same thing. And what's great about Aladdin, whether it's the genie, whether it's the stuff with Jasmine and everything, they're changing it up, and I wouldn't necessarily say they're improving it, but what they're doing is they're updating it for modern times. They're taking it and saying, this is what worked in the 90s, let's try to update it for now and see if it really works. And they pulled it off, man. They really honestly did. And Will Smith hit it out of the park. I was fearful, dude, but I thought he did great. I thought the blue worked out really well. It's very different from Robin Williams, but I think it's a refreshing take, and I really do appreciate it, guys. I honestly do. Let me know what you think of Will Smith, but I was ready to hate on him when I went into the theater, but anything but, dude. Anything but. He was awesome, honestly. And over on this side here, I don't see... Oh, there is the 4K. They do have the 4K over here for $29.99, so they do have the 4K. And they also have another Target exclusive. They have another limited edition filmmaker gallery book right here as well. I really like this design, though. This design is really cool. You kind of see the design very different from here. I know this was one of the theatrical posters, but I like this. I like with the genie there and them on the carpet with sort of the moon in the background. I like that. That's a really classy one, dude. I think that's really cool. And if you kind of look there, that's what it looks like on the inside. Trivia and pictures and everything. Not bad at all. This looks really cool, by the way. Really nice, man. I like that quite a bit. Huh. Not bad. 2 exclusives for Target. Not half bad at all. Plus the 4K and the Blu-ray and the DVD on the bottom. Not bad at all. Really good selection so far, guys. Alright. Let's see what else they got. Alright, everybody, we are in a Target here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum for $24.99. They also have the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $19.99, and they have the DVD over here for $15. But that is not it, guys. They also have a only at Target exclusive John Wick Chapter 3 Blu-ray DVD and digital Steelbook right here. Look at this, man. Nice. Usually Best Buy is only the one that gets into the Steelbook game, but consider Target getting into it a little bit. They've been doing a few of them. I like that with the dog in the back. Nice. Look at that. Really cool. I like that, man. That's a really nice Steelbook, man. Badass John Wick on the front. Badass dog in the back. Not bad at all. And that is for $24.99. Really great looking Steelbook, man. Nice of Target to be getting in the Steelbook game. Very cool, guys. And, you know, I have to admit that we're kind of in a Keanu Reeves renaissance right now, don't you think? I mean, he's in Always Be My Maybe. Does a voice in Toy Story 4. Here, John Wick Chapter 3. Keanu Reeves is blowing up again big time, but I remember when Bob and I saw the first John Wick movie, and we really didn't know what to expect because Keanu Reeves at that point, I should say, he wasn't making a lot of great movies. He did 47 Ronin, which I didn't really like. He made The Man of Tai Chi, which, I wasn't in love with that, to be honest with you. I was lukewarm. The Day the Earth Stood Still remake, he did that. You know, he wasn't making a lot of really great movies, and to be honest with you, I was like, God, okay, he's not doing a lot of great stuff anymore, and he's going downhill, and what's John Wick gonna be? I mean, come on. And we left completely floored, man. We were floored about how awesome the movie was, and just how really just kick-ass, and how we felt that this is a movie that we hope people found, we hope people could really connect with, because it didn't have a big release at this point. You got to remember, like, John Wick, the first John Wick, really had a limited release, didn't really get a lot of press, and people found it, man. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, with good movies, people find good movies eventually. You know what I'm saying? People find them down the line. It just takes a little bit of time to do it, but I think when good movies are out there, people will find them regardless, and John Wick is one of them, and it blew up, and I'm so happy that it did, because now we're 2 more films in, we're definitely getting a 4th film, and Keanu Reeves is back in a big bad way, baby. I can't wait to see what he does with John Wick 4. I know that he just finished filming another Bill and Ted movie, which really is cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. On top of that, I know he got announced for Matrix 4, which I'm like, I don't know about Matrix 4, man. That's the one gamble. I'm like, really? They could have let that go. But outside of that, I'm really looking forward to a lot of the projects that Keanu Reeves is doing, and another John Wick on the horizon. Consider me a very happy man for sure. Definitely let me know what you think of Keanu Reeves' career. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Dead Don't Die for $19.99 right here. And this movie is directed by Jim Jarmusch. Now, Jim Jarmusch is a very interesting director. He directed Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, which is not bad. He directed Dead Man with Johnny Depp back in the day. Coffee and Cigarettes. He directed Only Lovers Left Alive, which I actually do like that vampire movie. It's very slow and, you know, it takes its time, but I really enjoyed it. I thought Tilda Swinton did an awesome job in that movie. He's a very interesting director that takes his time and doesn't do what people expect out of certain type of genre movies, I feel like. And this is definitely one of them. He's a very unique and interesting filmmaker in that regard. And I feel like this is not the greatest zombie movie of all time. It's not really even the greatest horror comedy of all time. It takes the idea of a sort of zombie comedy and it kind of turns it on its head a little bit. I don't mind sort of unique and interesting zombie movies, but you gotta be entertaining. It has its entertaining moments, but it's not really your typical zombie type of movie, I feel like. And it doesn't have the blood and gore to keep you satisfied either. There's a message there about consumerism and everything like that, which is interesting, but I feel like George Romero tackled that better. So it's an interesting idea to watch the movie as just seeing how it might be as like a horror comedy, a zombie movie, but I think it doesn't quite do its job, I feel like. But I feel that's kind of Jim Jarmusch as a director. That's how he is. He's somebody who doesn't do the normal stuff. He does stuff outside of the box, and this is definitely outside of the box for sure, guys. I will put it that way. Yeah, for sure. Other than that, that does it for this section of Target. Very cool steelbook. All right, let's see what else they got. All right, everybody, we are over in this section where some of the TV shows and other releases are. And the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital of the complete 14th season of Supernatural for $37.99. The DVD for $32.99 right here. And I'm kind of curious when enough is enough. Now, I know I've asked you guys that before about how many, like, TV seasons and shows you think, a particular, like, sort of genre show should have. But, I remember back in the day when Buffy was on, and, Bob was a huge fan of Buffy. And I remember when it was ending and they were doing the big finale, and Bob said to me, I think it's time, man. Enough is enough. He felt like there was not much more that they could really do with Buffy. He felt like, they had fought all the bad guys they could. They were at one point I think she even fought the devil or something like that. And he's like, yeah, they kind of used up all that they really could at this point. So there's really not much more to really do. So he was kind of happy that it was ending and that they weren't like trying to like beat a dead horse exactly. And I don't know whether Supernatural is there or whether the horse has already been beaten and there's no really beating it anymore. It's already bloody and shit. I mean, I feel like 14 seasons of anything. I mean, even some of the cop procedural stuff that we've seen as of late, it is what it is, and it's not, those are procedurals. Those are, hey, the bad guy is out there and they catch him and they solve the case and end of story. This is a little bit more like mythology. It's a little bit more elongated season to season. What do you guys think? Do you feel like it was too much, or do you think they should have ended it sooner? I mean, next season is going to be the end, so hopefully at some point, it'll come to a satisfying conclusion, or do you think it already should have went there and it's just now gone on for way too long? Definitely let me know, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the complete third season of This Is Us for, well, there is no price. Whoops. And, I mean, even though I don't really watch these kind of shows since I don't have cable, I used to watch shows like this back in the day. I mean, do you ever remember the one, I think it was on ABC, Life Goes On? Like, I watched Life Goes On, and I watched a lot of that stuff from back in the day. Some of those, like, 90s sort of family dramas, I watched some of that stuff. I liked it. I think after a while, my tastes kind of changed. I went more into sci-fi and horror and not so much into these type of shows. I'm not saying that they're bad. There's a lot of really cool stuff on Netflix that is like this. There's other shows that are really good. It's just not really genre that I'm more in tune with anymore than I used to be. I mean, is this one that even somebody like myself can get into? I mean, definitely let me know. Or is it just for a specific crowd and that crowd is going to enjoy it and that's it? I mean, definitely let me know. I mean, it's hugely popular. So, again, people love it. But, even for somebody like myself, is it worth it or skip it? Let me know, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Alienist Season 1 for $19.99. I actually really love sort of movies and shows like this from back in the day because I always love how they explore like therapy and modern medicine, because it's kind of interesting because during this time period that this takes place, medicine was really coming into its own, and the sort of mentally insane or people with depression, they would use really weird sort of drugs and really weird sort of practices, and they would say they're cured, but they really were never cured. And it was a really sort of wild time for treating these kind of things. So I'm always sort of fascinated how shows certainly like deal with that kind of stuff. this looks really fascinating. Like I said, I like the idea of setting it in that time period where, therapies and modern medicine and everything are trying to collide with one another. Then there's this romance on top of this guy that's killing these young boys. There's a lot going on here, and it seems really cool. Like I said, the trailer looked really dynamic. I just wish I would have had TNT to watch it, but definitely let me know. And do you like these sort of shows that explore these type of time periods, or are you more of sort of a modern day type of person? I don't like going too far back in history, but sometimes history like this, like during the time of Jack the Ripper and everything, is always really fascinating to me, man. That stuff really always interests me. Just me, though. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray of Serengeti for $22.99 and the DVD for $19.99 right here. And again, it looks really, really cool. It kind of, when I watched the trailer, what really actually came to mind was actually this is like a documentary of what The Lion King would be. I mean, I'm serious. Like, there's literally like beautiful shots of like going over the mountaintop and like all of these like animals walking around, and I'm like, damn, this is just like The Lion King. I'm like, okay, more realistic and more dangerous, but it looks kind of cool. And again, I watch Animal Planet from time to time. I like, the stuff that I get sometimes on my Facebook feed of like, certain animals and the sort of how they're sort of dealing with life and everything. I get sort of notices on Facebook from time to time. So some of this stuff really does interest me, and I really do like delving into these sort of animal cultures and how they sort of deal with raising their young, how they deal with fighting one another, survival. It's always really interesting to me, guys, and Serengeti looks really cool to me. I don't know. Well, it looks really interesting. Definitely let me know what you guys think. Other than that, that does it for this area, guys. All right. Let's see if there's anything else. Alright guys, we are over in this section of Target over here. Now they do have some of the Disney 4Ks and Blu-rays that did come out this week. I know that Cars came out on 4K Blu-ray digital, and also the Blu-ray DVD and digital did $24.99 and $29.99 right here. I remember watching Cars, and I did like Cars. I thought Cars was good. I think it's probably one of the lesser Pixar ones, though, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I like the story. I like the voice acting here. I thought it was good. I still enjoyed it, but it was kind of one of the lesser known ones. I mean, there's ones, not lesser known, but lesser loved, I guess. I mean, I guess the people who really love Cars really do, but I kind of thought Pixar did some stuff better than Cars, but still really decent, though. They also came out with Cars 2 on 4K Blu-ray and digital, $29.99, and the Blu-ray DVD and digital for $24.99. Now, I did not watch Cars 2, but I know some people who told me that it's kind of a lesser sequel compared to the first Cars, that they didn't really like the story or the animation and the characters all that much. It's still a good one for kids, but from what I heard, a lot of people weren't really high on the sequel. I saw the trailer, and the trailer didn't do much for me, but that's what I kind of heard. I don't know what you guys think. Definitely let me know on Cars 2. They also have over here, they have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of Finding Nemo for $24.99. They don't have any of the 4K, but it would have been $29.99 right here. And my girlfriend forced me to watch Finding Nemo. She really did. She loves Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo is one of her favorite Disney animated films. And I was like, oh God, I guess it's your turn to pick the movie this week. And I was like, well, I'm gonna punish you with a horror film. I just want you to know. So, but we watched it, and I was really pleasantly surprised. I really loved Finding Nemo, guys. I thought it was brilliant. I thought the story was great. I thought the animation was beautiful. Some really great characters, and I thought the story was really great about finding his parents, and I just really liked it quite a bit, man. I was surprised. I went into Finding Nemo not wanting to be a fan of it. I was like, I'm not a fan of Disney, and I'm not a fan of most of these newer animated classics, but color me surprised, man. I really enjoyed this one quite a bit. I really did. I loved it, dude. Honestly. Sometimes my girlfriend happens to be right, and, well, I guess this one truly is. It is really great, though, honestly. Also, I think the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of The Incredibles came out this week as well for $24.99. And I really, really enjoyed The Incredibles, man. I thought The Incredibles was great. And I didn't watch The Incredibles until after I watched Incredibles 2. And then I really got into Incredibles after that, and I just really loved it, man. I thought, as much as I loved Incredibles 2, I think I love the first Incredibles just as much. It's a really just a great, inventive sequel about the superhero family, or not sequel, just a great story, and the sequel is great too, but it's just a great story about a superhero family and the struggles that they deal with. But I like the comedy, I like the superpowers. I think it's a really great story, man. I really do. I really enjoyed it quite a bit, man. This is a really great gem, honestly. Really great, man. Then they also came out with this week. They came out with the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Monsters University for $24.99. Now, I've never seen any of the Monsters Inc. movies. I never have, but I have looked up the trailers though for them, and I really do like the trailers. And I like the fact that it's monsters trying to be tough against kids, but actually they're sort of wimpy at the same time. I kind of like that idea. I kind of like that concept. It's really cool, man. It really is. And I like how it goes back into the prequel form here of, like, you know, them getting to know one another and trying to get their degree in scaring kids. And the trailer looked fun. I'm not going to lie. The trailer looked really super fun. I definitely would be into watching this one for sure. It looked kind of cool. They also have Monsters, Inc. that came out on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital as well for $24.99. And you want to know, when I saw the trailer for this one, even though I haven't seen the movie, it reminded me of, oh my god, that movie with Howie Mandel and Fred Savage. Oh man, Little Monsters. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of. Little Monsters. It reminded me of that because it kind of has the same idea of going into these doorways and scaring kids and, you know, getting powers from it or something, and how they're so scared of the kids, and how they're just like, oh my god, there's a kid. Like, I thought it was kind of clever, and I thought it was kind of amusing. And I really would be into watching this. This one and Monsters University are probably the ones I would be, that I haven't seen yet, are really the ones I definitely would be interested in the most. Definitely let me know if those ones are good, guys. They also have down here, they have A Bug's Life, the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital for $24.99 also. And I did watch this back in the day when it came out, and it's been so long since I watched it. I remember people really loving it, and it really being groundbreaking, like, animation-wise. God, it's been so long, but I really like the story here about how, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, and how, you know, just because you're the little guy doesn't mean that you have to be pushed around. I like that concept. I like that idea. I remember really liking A Bug's Life. I remember A Bug's Life being really good, but it's been so long since I watched it, guys. Do I have rose-colored glasses on, or, you know, is it not that good? Definitely let me know, guys. But I remember really liking the movie, though. Then, finally over here, they have the 4K Blu-ray and digital of Inside Out for $29.99. And this came out also, and I've watched bits and pieces of this movie. I haven't watched everything of it, but I remember really liking the concept of this. You know, and just for shits and giggles, I did look up the trailer, and I really loved the trailer, and it really showcases the movie perfectly of how, you know, just these emotions are inside them, and they're trying to control the human body, and just how all of them have different like ways of coping with stuff, and like the angry one sort of loses his cool really quickly. It's like, oh my god, what is she doing? What the hell? What do you want, woman? Like, it's just like really sort of just over the top ridiculous craziness. I I remember the parts that I did watch really liking it and thought it was really funny and very humorous about sort of just the whole, how we deal with emotions and what it would be like inside our own heads. Like, I thought that was really clever, man. I really did. I thought it was kind of cool, to be honest with you. I thought it was cool. I definitely got to watch all of it, but the stuff I did watch, man, I really did enjoy, dude. Really did. Now, I know there was more stuff that came out this week. I know there was an edition of Princess and the Frog that came out this week that's not on the shelves also. And there was a couple other titles. I think there was another Wreck-It Ralph one that came out this week as well, on top of a couple other ones. But these are the only ones that Target has here. But at least they have some of it. At least it's better than Walmart. They may not have all of it, but they have some of it, and at least I'm appreciative of that. Target's usually good with carrying family-friendly stuff, and this is no exception, guys. Not half bad. All right. Not bad here at Target. Let's head out. Pretty damn good selection at Target this week, guys. I got to admit, man. I mean, we got that great display for Aladdin. We got two exclusives, one for the animated classic and the other for the 2019 film. We've got a John Wick exclusive steelbook here as well. We've got the new releases. We've got some of the TV shows. We've got some of the Disney 4Ks as well. Target is a gamble, man. I've said it time and time again. It really is a gamble, dude. You can like toss the dice and, and sometimes you're going to get a loser and other times you're going to get a winner. This week was definitely a winner for sure. Last week was more of a loser, but this week definitely had a lot of great stuff to show off, guys. As usual, when Target is really good, they are really good, and this is no exception, guys. Pretty damn good variety and selection this week, and pretty damn good exclusives at that. Not half bad here. Let's head to the third and final location and see what they have. All right, everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I want to talk about a couple movie trailers with you guys. And the first being Bad Boys for Life. Yeah, the third in the Bad Boys franchise here. Long time coming, actually. And truth be told, guys, I am an unabashed fan of the first two Bad Boys movies. And I can't even really explain why so much, because they're not exactly the best movies on the planet. Not even the best action movies on the planet, but I like the camaraderie between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. I like the action well enough, and I think the comedy's pretty good. So I was always up for a third one. I always wanted a third one. And I thought, God, can Michael Bay just get off his ass and actually do this, man? And he was still making all the Transformers movies and all of that junk. And it's like, God, can we ever get to the Bad Boys franchise again? And well, it never happened with Michael Bay, unfortunately. But eventually it did get done because the trailer's here, man. But, I mean, there's been so much, like, script issues and directors coming and going. I mean, Joe Carnahan was on this at one point and he left over creative differences. And so many things have happened, man. And I thought it would never happen, honestly, because Will Smith seems to, like, have passed by this franchise in some ways. He's done other stuff. Martin Lawrence seems to be the only one still carrying the flame for this. But, I mean, it's coming, and the trailer is good. I like the trailer. It seems like the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence is there. It seems like it's really good. The action seems like it's really cool. It looks like the comedy is going to be sort of updated for them getting older, and you even have Martin Lawrence in here being like, oh, I'm getting too over this shit. He's basically now the Danny Glover of this series, to be honest with you. And in some ways, I guess he's always been the Danny Glover of this maybe series. That's up for you guys to decide. But I think it looks good. I think it looks interesting. I think it looks unique. I think that it's not going to blow your socks off. I don't think this movie's going to blow your socks off. I don't think it's going to win any awards for the best action movie of all time. And truth be told, could we have just done Bad Boys 2 and that's it and not done anymore? Yeah, and I think people would have been fine with it, but I like the fact that we're getting this. I like cheesy action movies. I like Will Smith enough, and I like Martin Lawrence enough to want to see them in this role. And I want Martin Lawrence to make a comeback because, be honest with you, I mean, the last major movie that he starred in was the last Big Mama's movie, and that was pure shit, guys. So I want Martin Lawrence to make a comeback. I mean, hell, if Eddie Murphy is starting to make a comeback, why not Martin Lawrence? So I'm up for it. I think it looks pretty cool, guys. Definitely let me know what you think of Bad Boys for Life. And Joey Pants is back, man. Joey Pantoliano, man, is back. And, dude, any more Joe Pants in my life is always a good thing, dude. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Then the next trailer I saw is Black Christmas from Blumhouse. Oh, man, dude. You know, look, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I get really sick of horror remakes, dude. I really do. Horror remakes, man, it just, God, I just wish they would end at times. And we've already remade Black Christmas once. So we're remaking it again? Like, so now we're doing a remake of a remake? What? I'm like, oh, when is this gonna end, man? I will say this much. I thought the trailer was good up until it said Black Christmas. And I'm like, this movie has nothing to do with that. Like, if you watch the trailer for this Black Christmas movie, it really doesn't have anything to connect with to the first original movie or even the remake. Like, it has a killer, it has the sororities, it has all this stuff, but it doesn't really have anything else to connect with it. So it really is kind of ridiculous to me that it's even called Black Christmas. Like, there's nothing here that even remotely resembles the movies that I've seen before. Other than there's a killer killing women and that's it. So I'm really kind of like not sure what this is exactly going to be. Is it just going to be a slasher movie? A simple slasher film that just somehow happens to be called Black Christmas? Or is it going to connect with the mental institution, with Billy? Is it going to connect with all that stuff? I really have no idea, guys. I mean, I think the trailer is okay, and for a decent sort of average slasher movie, it could work for a Christmas slasher, but outside of that, I can't see this really working, guys. I really can't, especially as a remake to Black Christmas, and I love that 70s movie. I think that 70s movie is brilliant. The Black Christmas remake itself, not so much. I really thought it was kind of pale comparison, but this seems like it's not even connected at all, really, except for it takes place on Christmas. And there happens to be a killer, and that's it. I mean, there's not much else here, guys. I mean, I like a good slasher movie, but this could really be one of those really just like flat out not good, not even remotely resembling Black Christmas, and not even a really good slasher. It just feels like it's really just sort of out of ideas. And Blumhouse is better than this. I think Blumhouse is way better than this. Blumhouse has made some really great movies. So I'm kind of shocked they're going down this route, guys, but I guess if you have the property, why not make a movie out of it? I don't know, guys. It looks really rough to me, man. But definitely let me know what you think of Black Christmas and Bad Boys for Life. In the meantime, let's head in to Best Buy and see what the Beast has to offer us this week. Alright, everybody, we are in at Best Buy here with this display for Aladdin 2019. Our old pal the genie right there. Nice, nice. And the full display, not bad at all. Not bad one bit. Very nice. The first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Aladdin 2019 for $22.99. They have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $29.99. And they also have a, right here, well, got one here and some right here, guys. You got the 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99 right here. Nice. Not bad at all. I like that with the whole, like, genie lamp there. Nice. Really cool. We've been seeing some good exclusives for Aladdin, and this is definitely one of them. I always like sort of the genie lamp front and center. Very different from this cover here. I guess I still kind of prefer this cover right here, but I like this. Very magical. I like the lamp. Not bad at all. And on the inside, it actually looks like this. Right here. Not bad at all. And they also have actually a steelbook for the original Aladdin as well. It's not on this display, but we're definitely gonna look for this one too, guys. But, you know, this movie, honestly, it caught a lot of people off guard, and I think once word of mouth came down that the movie was really good, I think that's when people really were like championing this thing in a big bad way. And it made a lot of money. I think it made more money than I think a lot of the critics and a lot of the fans were actually thinking it was going to make. I'm glad that it did, because again, it's unique and interesting in the fact that it's not a carbon copy. It does a lot of things differently. It updates it to modern times. It doesn't really take anything away exactly, but it shapes it into something a slightly different, which I like. Now, the movie's directed by Guy Ritchie, and honestly, before this year started, if you guys were to have told me that Guy Ritchie was directing an Aladdin movie, I would have told you guys you were crazy, because he's so not a Disney guy. You know what I mean? I mean, Guy Ritchie has done like Snatch and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels and the couple of Sherlock Holmes movies, and he is not a Disney guy whatsoever. I thought who would be a perfect fit is Tim Burton for Dumbo, but yeah, that's not the case at all, man. He really came at this in a really interesting and creative way. And I think he was drawn to the story because of Aladdin being a street thief, and he's kind of had movies that were like that. And I think he connected with the story in some way, which is really unique and interesting, because again, it's really interesting to take these directors who don't really do much in the vein of these movies and make something really interesting. I thought he did a way better job than Tim Burton did, and I thought Tim Burton was the perfect fit for Dumbo, but it just goes to show you that you need a certain amount of passion and a certain amount of creative license to do something really interesting and unique and make it your own. And I feel like Guy Ritchie did, man. I feel he really did as well. And the movie made enough money where I'm hearing that they may do a sequel. I'm hearing that there's like a possible like sequel for this. I know they made a couple of Aladdin animated movies. I think the sequel for this one was Return of Jafar, if I'm not mistaken, guys. I believe it is. So that would be the next one if they decide to do a sequel. It made enough money. People liked Will Smith as a genie. People liked Jasmine. People liked the connection between these characters. They liked the story. I would be okay with seeing it. It would be the first sort of sequel that they would have done to these live action ones. I would be very curious to see where they go with it. I'd love to see Guy Ritchie back. I think it would be cool. I'd be down for it, man. This was really a pleasant surprise and way better than I thought it was ever going to be. I really enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys would definitely be down for a sequel or not. I would be. I think it would be awesome. But definitely let me know, guys. And you get deleted scenes, bloopers, deleted song, and behind the scenes as well. I wonder if there's anything different on the 4K. No, about the same stuff as well. I like sort of the sheen and the shine of like the 4K cover though. That's really cool. And I have to admit that steelbook here is really awesome as well. I do like the genie lamp on there. Not half bad, guys. Not half bad at all. And we'll definitely go searching for this steelbook and see if they have it here. Not half bad display for Aladdin, and a pretty damn good Disney live action movie, dare I say. Alright guys, let's see what else Best Buy's got. Alright everybody, we are at this display over here now for John Wick Chapter 3 of Parabellum. A small display, nothing really crazy, but not bad at all. And the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum for $19.99. They also have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $24.99. They have the DVD for $14.99, and they also have an only at Best Buy 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital limited edition steelbook right here for $29.99. Not bad actually. Very like almost like abstract art of like just a beaten up and bloody John Wick. Kind of interesting. Huh. Not bad at all. Huh, very different from this art here. I think I prefer this art here, and I may prefer the Target Steelbook a little bit more than this one, but it's definitely a different type of artsy type of cover. It still looks pretty badass and cool though, I do have to admit. Huh. Not bad at all, man. Not bad one bit. That actually looks pretty cool, honestly. And you know, guys, I won't spoil it or anything, but I honestly thought that all we would get is a trilogy for John Wick, because when I was watching the second film, when the second film ended, I'm like, God, can we just get a third film? Because honestly, some of my favorite series has not gotten trilogies, man. Hellboy didn't get it, Crank didn't get it, and I was like, can we just give it to John, please? Can we give it to him? And I'm so glad that he got one. I'm really glad. But I thought the third chapter was gonna be it. Like, somehow in my mind, I thought John Wick was gonna die. I really did. I was like, okay, he's gonna die. It's gonna be a trilogy. He's gonna go out in some cool way, and that's it. And again, no spoilers, but where they leave part 3, you want a part 4. Like, part 4 leaves you in suspense of where they can go with the next chapter, man. And I can't wait, dude. I really can. And honestly, as I said earlier at Walmart, this is the action franchise now. I mean, Bourne's nowhere to be seen. There is no more Bourne. Bond, I like Bond. I like Daniel Craig. I like what he's done, but I don't think the Bond series right now can challenge the John Wick series. I mean, is there any really action franchise out there that can compete with John Wick? I mean, I know they're doing some sort of TV series show for the Bourne series, which could be cool, but there is no movies that are on the pipeline for coming out, so John Wick is still good there. The Bond stuff, I mean, we're getting another Bond next year, but that's the last of Daniel Craig, and his run has been iffy at best. I mean, Keanu Reeves is still badass. This is like, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of those kind of like Death Wish movies from long ago, where people would anticipate watching like a Death Wish movie, like, oh man, Charles Bronson, one badass motherfucker, let's watch his movies. Keanu Reeves is like that, dude. He is like still a badass after all these years, man, and all the awesome movies he did, man. Point Break and Speed, and oh, dude, I mean, the first Matrix is still awesome as well. I know they're thinking about doing a Continental TV show, which I'm a little iffy on, because it's got to be as ultra-violent as the movies and really action-packed, and I don't know if they can do that on a TV budget, but I'd definitely be interested to find out. But as long as this franchise keeps on going, then I'm a happy man. And I don't know how many movies we're gonna get, guys, but I heard something from I think an interview from Keanu Reeves or something that said that he'll keep on doing these movies as long as people go and see him. So we could get up to John Wick chapter 15 and John Wick is still kicking major ass. It's possible. Who knows, man? But it's kind of crazy of how much punishment he takes over the course of 3 movies. And if you think about it, it's over the course of 2 weeks in a time period that he does it. God damn, dude. It's so badass. The action is awesome. All 3 of the movies really step up the ladder as far as action and mythology and just sort of kick-ass characters. God, I can't highly recommend this enough, guys. So awesome. Definitely give it a look if you haven't. Definitely buy it if you love the John Wick series, for sure. Oh my God, you get so many special features here. Holy shit. Hey, I don't know, the desert trailer. Whoa. God, there's so many special features, guys. That's awesome. Wow, dude, definitely a lot for your money's worth, guys. Definitely worth it just for the special features alone. And for a badass Keanu Reeves as a badass kick-ass motherfucker, man. Really awesome movie. Definitely give it a chance. And that does it for this display, guys. Not a bad exclusive here for John Wick Chapter 3. Alright, let's see what else Best Buy has. Alright guys, we are over in the new release section over here, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of the Disney Aladdin animated classic right here for $24.99. They have the 4K Blu-ray and digital of Aladdin for $29.99, and they do have that Steelbook only at Best Buy in stock right here, guys, for $34.99 right here. Yeah, nice. That looks really cool, man. That honestly looks really nice. Again, very different from this. I probably would prefer this art right here, man. It looks really cool, honestly. And the Walt Disney stamp of approval right there. Not bad at all. Like I said, on the inside there. Yeah, that looks really cool. Yeah, this is awesome, dude. This is a really, really great steelbook, man. Best Buy usually does really good on their steelbooks, and these Aladdin ones are really cool, man. Honestly. God. And, you know what? I think if you were to have asked any of us if, you know, a live-action Aladdin film from the original classic was going to be good, I think all of us would have said no, because I think, you know, at least for me, and I don't know about you guys, but for me, I feel like nothing can really replace the animated movies. I'm not saying that these live-action movies are bad. They're actually pretty good at times. Like, I have enjoyed Aladdin. I enjoyed parts of Beauty and the Beast. But outside of that, I feel like, for some reason, this is just a cash cow. And I'm not saying the cash cows can't be good, because Aladdin's good. But for some reason, I always tell you guys to still keep in your hearts and minds the original classics and show your kids it, because it's very important to me that people show off that stuff and show off the old school animated movies, because I don't want them to be forgotten. And I feel like Disney doing these live action remakes, they almost want to sweep these under the rug and be like, hey, you don't have to watch the animated classic, just watch the live action, man. I don't agree with that. I think the animated classics are still great. I think they're still awesome to this day. And as somebody who grew up with these classics, I'm partial to them. I think there is some value to the live action the live action movies in general, but I don't think that they carry as much weight as the original animated classics. There's something about it being an original idea. It's something about the animation, something about the sort of the care that it took to make these movies that somehow still really touch me as an adult. I don't know if you guys agree, but definitely let me know, though. I love that Aladdin remake, and I'll still champion that one, but I gotta admit, guys, if I'm championing anything over the remake, it's the animated classic for sure. It's well worth it, guys, honestly. And I hope you guys, if you have kids, you end up showing them both. Like, showing them the differences, showing them the animated, because I think as kids, they would prefer the animated over the live action. Just my opinion. Definitely let me know if you have a preference, but I prefer this for sure, guys. I really honestly do. Really, really nice steelbook, by the way. Really nice one. And I just want to let you guys know, by the way, because they were supposed to have Best Buy exclusive 4K editions of the Disney animated movies. Cars 2, Cars, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Inside Out, The Good Dinosaur, Brave, Ratatouille. They were supposed to have all of this stuff. Unfortunately, they do not have any of this stuff in stock, guys. They have none of it. Like, it is all out, dude. None of it is here. I don't know whether they didn't get any in or it, like, sold really fast. I kind of doubt it sold really fast because, you know, usually Best Buy has a decent amount of stock in, so I doubt all of these would have sold so fast. So we're definitely going to look and see if there's any more any other place, but really odd, man. I mean, we'll keep on looking, but just the Aladdin stuff is pretty cool, but I was hoping they'd have some of these Disney 4Ks as well to show off, but sometimes you lose out. Maybe they didn't get any stock in, but we'll definitely keep on looking. All right, let's see what else they got. Alright guys, we're on the other side of the new release section over here, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is the 9th season of Hawaii Five-0 for $34.99. Did this come out this week as well? I don't know. It must be one of the new releases though, but I've never seen a single episode of this show. Swear to God, man. Well, it's on CBS. I don't have CBS, but outside of that, I really had no interest in Hawaii Five-0. I mean, I remember the other show back in the day, but I just thought it was a really, like, remake of a corny show. Why get into it? But It's now on 9 seasons. Holy mother, man. That's crazy, dude. Is it a good show? I mean, it would kind of be a little cheesy and ridiculous to me, kind of like how some of those like NCIS movie or TV shows are. But the series landmark 200th episode, god damn. Well, God bless them, man. I really know nothing about this show. I don't know any of the plot lines going on, or storylines, or characters. I mean, oh wait a minute, the guy from Lost is on there. Holy shit. Dude, I didn't even know he was on this show. Oh my god, man, that's fucking crazy. Dude, is he good in it? Holy shit, man. Is that like Scott Conn in here as well? Huh, that's really weird, dude. Wasn't Daniel Day Kim on here at some point from Lost as well? Or did he get kicked off or something, or die? I have no idea. Chai McBride is in here as well. I like him. Louis Gossett Jr.? Fuck, man. It's got some good actors in this thing. No, dude, I don't know anything about this, man. Is it worth it? I mean, like I said, I want CBS, so maybe it's on Netflix or something to give it a chance, but let me know if Hawaii Five-0 is worth it. You got Gag Reel, Shorelines, Season 9, Giving Thanks, Deleted Extended Scenes. Not bad special features. Huh, that's weird, dude. God, I didn't think that came out this week. Definitely let me know, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of The Dead Don't Die for $22.99 right here. And yes, this is a zombie movie. And truth be told, I'm a big zombie fan. I like zombies quite a bit. I don't think this is a really great zombie movie, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess it's an okay horror comedy if you really like dry humor, but it's really not an effective zombie movie. At least to me, I don't think it is. But I guess you could put this maybe as an underrated zombie movie if you had to. I mean, if I had to pick some underrated zombie movies, like I really love Dead Pit. I think Dead Pit's a really underrated zombie movie. I would also say Dead Air with Bill Moseley. Like, that's a really cool one where he's a radio DJ and the dead are coming back to life and he's sort of broadcasting it, you know, from his from his studio booth, which is really cool as well. That's an underrated one. I like that one. And in fact, when I talked to Bill Moseley once at a convention, he was like, dude, nobody really talks about that movie. I said, yeah, I know, man. I also think there's a really great one called Peelers, which is a really good zombie movie as well. It's more like people infected more, but it's kind of zombie-ish. I like that one quite a bit as well. And I know Bob would probably say zombie strippers. Oh god, hi boy. Yeah, zombie stripper. He probably would say that. Definitely let me know what some of your underrated zombie movies are. I'm definitely interested to find out, guys. I don't think The Dead Don't Die is gonna be on everyone's like favorite zombie list of all time. It's okay and it's worth a look at least, but I can't say that I really loved it as a horror comedy or as a zombie movie. But definitely let me know what some of your favorites and underrated ones are, guys, for sure. You get here Bill Murray, zombie hunting action star, Stick Together, and behind the scenes of The Dead Don't Die. Not bad special features, and I do like Bill Murray, and it's nice to see Bill Murray doing these type of movies, but he did better in a cameo in Zombieland by far, as a zombie, so stick with that. Then over here I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Casino for $19.99, and they have an only at Best Buy limited edition steelbook 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital for $24.99. That's interesting, man. Oh, nice. I like that, man. Look at that. With sort of the Las Vegas Strip sort of scape there, and Pesci and De Niro and Stone. Nice. Look at that. That's really cool, man. I like that. Not bad at all, man. Shocked to see a only at Best Buy exclusive for Casino of all things, but hey, you never know until you come in, right? Huh. Very, very interesting. Of course, they also have that classy art as well that we've all known and loved. Man, I fucking love Casino, bro. Casino is awesome, man. I would probably put Goodfellas above it, but just slightly above it, man. I love De Niro. I love Pesci. I love Stone, dude. I love sort of how it's sort of these mob guys going into the Las Vegas area and doing their own thing with this casino and making money, and and you know how people are pissing him off and the bodies are flying and there's betrayal and murder, and dude, I love all that stuff, man. Casino is fucking awesome, man. And I don't think Casino gets as much love as Goodfellas does. I mean, Goodfellas deserves the love, but so does Casino, man. Casino should get all the love as well, man. I really do, man. And Martin Scorsese directing this. Martin Scorsese is a fucking filmmaking god, dude. He is awesome. He's done some really wonderful, amazing movies, and Casino is definitely one of them. And having De Niro and Pesci together, dude, that's a great combo, man. It's one of the best combos, bro. It's great, man. I mean, Goodfellas, and I believe Pesci was in Raging Bull, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm wrong on that one. But I just love the team up of them, and Sharon Stone in here classes it up. She's awesome as well, playing this really great, like, you know, sort of woman that De Niro falls in love with, and of course there's all these complications, and God, dude, I'm just remembering Casino so much. I love it, dude. And honestly, I can't wait until The Irishman, because De Niro and Pacino together with Pesci, oh, dude. And I'm a big fan of Pesci, dude. I think Pesci is vastly underrated, dude. Any role he's in, he always delivers, man. Oh, dude. If you guys have never caught Casino, first of all, what are you doing? Watch Casino just for De Niro and Pesci alone. It's worth it. If you're a Martin Scorsese lover, definitely get into it. It is so awesome, man. It's so well worth your time, guys. Definitely get into it, dude. It is one of the best sort of mob Vegas movies that you probably would ever see, man. Very well worth it. Highly recommend it, guys. And you get here a lot of stuff probably from the previous releases. You get deleted scenes, Vegas and the Mob, History Alive, True Crime Authors, and Moments with Martin Scorsese. Not bad special features. Huh. Damn, dude. It probably looks pretty good in 4K as well, man. Not bad at all for Best Buy carrying this. As well as the limited edition steelbook, which I would have never thought we would have gotten that as well. Not bad at all, guys. Huh. Alright, that does it over here for the new release section. Let's see if they got anything else. Alright, guys, we're over in this section of Best Buy over here, and I almost forgot to actually tell you guys that the special features that this has, man. Alternate ending. Oh, that's gonna be cool. Alternate ending. Let's not be too hasty. Huh. Not bad special features on the original classic Aladdin as well. Definitely get on this one, guys, if you have not. I think both are really great. The animated and the actual live action one, which I can't say because I usually pick one over the other, and I'm always going to pick the animated, but for some reason I think this holds up just as well as the animated does. And I can't say all the live actions do that, but Aladdin for some reason actually does it, man. Crazy enough as it is. Huh. Not bad at all, man. Definitely get on both, especially if you're a fan of Aladdin for sure, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of the Cornetto trilogy for $44.99. Huh, I know this got released this week as well in a 3-pack, especially if you're a fan of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Edgar Wright. This is a very interesting trilogy, man. It's kind of cool that they actually put this out, man. I love Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is absolutely fucking awesome. Horror comedy, great. Zombie movie, it kills it. I love that movie. Now, Hot Fuzz, I'm not a huge fan of Hot Fuzz, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched it a couple times, actually, and I don't really love Hot Fuzz, man. I don't know. I think my problem was I went into it being like, okay, this is the next pairing of these guys from Shaun of the Dead. You know, I'm hoping it reaches the same levels, and I don't know if it did. It's a very different movie, very different characters. I wasn't as fan of it as I was Shaun of the Dead. It's not a bad movie. I do enjoy it, but I very much lesser than Shaun of the Dead, put it that way. And World's End, I actually watched World's End in the theaters with Bob, and we actually really enjoyed it. I thought World's End was not bad. I liked sort of the whole camaraderie with the friendship and the drinking and sort of these weird like aliens that are trying to take over people, and it's very interesting of sort of like a horror comedy adventure movie in some way, man. Very, very fascinating stuff there. I really liked I really liked World's End quite a lot. Way better than actually Hot Fuzz, to be honest with you. I think my favorite out of the three is probably Shaun of the Dead, though. I think that's the one that I'm more of a fan of, is Shaun of the Dead. But I do have some affinity for World's End and Hot Fuzz. I don't know if I would buy it as a trilogy, but if you're a fan of these guys, man, then it's probably a really great buy for $44.99. That's not bad, really, honestly. And I will also suggest another really great one of theirs. It's not directed by Edgar Wright, but I really like Paul. I think Paul's a really cool, like, sci-fi comedy. I really like that one a lot. That very underrated. I tend to like that one. I like it more than Hot Fuzz and World's End. I know you guys are going to kill me. You guys are going to blast me in the comment section. But honestly, that's my opinion, guys. I still think Shaun of the Dead is the tits. And it's the one, honestly, that is the best out of everything by far, man. By far, dude. And I do like Edgar Wright as a filmmaker. I like Nick Frost. I like Simon Pegg. I like them doing different things outside of like coming together and doing a comedy movie. Like, I love Simon Pegg in the Star Trek stuff, and he's on that show The Boys, which I really like seeing him on that. I thought he was really cool in that as well. Nick Frost, man, I loved him in Fighting with My Family, and he's done a lot of really cool things as well. And Edgar Wright, dude, Baby Driver is awesome, and he's done some really great work, dude. He's just as great of a filmmaker, dude. Whether it's working with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost or outside of it, very awesome indeed, man. And there's a decent amount of special features. You get over 6 hours of apocalyptic bonus features, deleted scenes, 11 featurettes, outtakes, commentaries up the wazoo, and a lot more. Wow. Yeah, man, if you're a fan of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg and all these guys, man, give this Cornetto trilogy a chance. I can't say I like every movie, but I can definitely recommend Shaun of the Dead and World's End for sure. Hot Fuzz is a little iffy for me, but I still enjoy it, though. But it's a great pair, a great team up, and not a bad trilogy, man, especially on 4K. Very cool that Best Buy has that, man. That's pretty awesome. And other than that, yeah, they still don't have any of the Disney 4Ks, man. They have none of the Cars or the Inside Out or Good Dinosaur, Brave, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, all that stuff. They have none of that, guys. Now, I did talk to a Best Buy employee that told me that they didn't even get any stock in today. That basically they were supposed to get it and something happened and they weren't able to get the stock in. So unfortunately, at least for this Tuesday, Best Buy does not have anything as far as the 4Ks for the other Disney classics. Sorry guys, maybe next week they'll have it, but I'll just have to wait, and I guess we'll just have to wait hopefully till next week when hopefully they will have the stock in, but we'll wait and see, guys. In the meantime, not bad actually here at Best Buy. Quite a bit to show off. Alright, let's head out. Despite Best Buy not having the Disney 4Ks, which honestly, this time around is actually not their fault because they just didn't get any in, so can't really fault them for it. Outside of that, there was actually quite a lot to show here, guys. You had some interesting releases that we didn't see over at the other stores. On top of that, you had some really great exclusives for the animated classic, for the live action Aladdin movie, and a really interesting another John Wick steelbook. Who knew we'd see two John Wick steelbooks in one Tuesday video? Not half bad, guys. Not half bad at all. Some decent selections, some displays. Not a bad out and about this week. A lot to show off and a lot of exclusives. Maybe not always the ones that we were hoping for, but we still got some ones regardless. And hopefully next week we'll definitely see those Disney 4Ks. Hopefully Best Buy will have the stock in. We'll pray to the physical media gods. Alright guys, let's head home and finish the video. Alright everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And this was a particularly interesting week, especially when it came to the stores, because not every store is created equal, as we clearly found out. Because, when you go to Walmart, they had some of the independent releases, the new releases, some interesting TV shows, but they didn't have any of the Disney 4Ks, nor did they have the Casino 4K. Then you go over to Target and it's more family friendly, as I said, so they did have some of the Disney 4Ks and the Blu-rays, not every one of them, but they had some of them. Plus then the new releases and some of the TV stuff. And then you go over to Best Buy, they had some really unique and interesting variety, like that Cornetto Trilogy 4K, which we were never going to find over at Walmart or Target. And they had some really unique and really great exclusives, but they didn't have any of the Disney 4Ks. And not their fault because they couldn't get it in. But I kind of feel that the Disney 4Ks are very popular. And I have a feeling that a lot of the stores across the country, probably requested a lot of variety. They requested a lot of copies, and I feel like, some stores got them and some stores didn't. I kind of feel like that was the case with the Disney 4Ks. I'm assuming everything was in high demand this week, so they got in a big supply of Aladdin, they got in a big supply of John Wick, they got a big supply of some of these other varieties and titles. But with the Disney 4K stuff, I think that some stores lucked out and other stores got the short end of the stick. And some of mine got the short end of the stick, unfortunately, guys. But I'm hoping that it's just a delay, and I think they're going to get them in eventually. It was just like, I think, again, everyone was asking for them, and Disney only sent out a certain amount, and I think that, not everyone got the selection or the variety that they wanted. So, unfortunately, I think we will see them at the stores, but I think it's going to take a little bit of time, back ordered and everything like that. See, I think with physical media sometimes that I think the problem is that there's so many releases that are coming out week to week. There's these big name titles, these 4K releases. These independent labels are putting out titles all the time, and there's not enough. There's not enough replicating plants out there. There's not enough distribution companies and facilities to really keep up with the demand. So sometimes, unfortunately, you're gonna have these moments where you see these big name titles that are supposed to be in all these stores, and they end up getting a little bit shortchanged because, again, supply versus demand. And sometimes the demand is there, but the supply, unfortunately, has to catch up a little bit. And I think that's what we saw this week with the Disney 4Ks. Let me know if you guys saw them at your stores. Like I said, we saw them a little bit over at Target, but Best Buy really got the short end of the stick this week. So hopefully next week we'll definitely see them. Let's hoping again, physical media gods. Let's hope and pray. But I hope you guys found something really good this week. There was a ton of really great stuff that came out. If you got some of the Disney 4Ks on top of some really great action, animation, adventure stuff, some cool TV shows that came out with some seasons on Blu-ray and DVD as well. Some really cool variety out there. Hope you guys picked up something good. As far as I'm concerned, well, I ended up getting a package in the mail from Amazon Prime right here, guys. Now, this is actually a Jamie Lee Curtis movie that I've never seen before. When it got announced, I was really intrigued by it because it's sort of like this interesting sort of romantic type of thriller with her, which I thought I had knew everything that Jamie Lee Curtis did. Apparently not, because I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And, it's interesting that the co-star in this film, she co-starred in one film with him and another film with his brother, and I'm like, wow, she worked with both of them. Really interesting. Jamie Lee is such a really great, versatile actress that she can do really almost any genre. We've seen it before: comedy, horror, thrillers. This is no different. It seems really cool. It looks cool, and when they announced it, I was like, you know what? I need more Jamie Lee in my life, so let me have this one. So I'm interested to check this one out. This looks really cool, so I'm definitely going to give this one a chance for sure, guys. I also got a package in the mail from Diabolic DVD right here. Now, this is actually a UK horror film. It's distributed in the UK. It's UK based, and it's a very interesting horror film that I didn't really know about until I was on some stuff through Facebook and I had heard about it. I think it was Dawn of the Discs that I had heard it from, and I'm like, wow, this looks really interesting and really unique. And I'm like, wow. And I was looking up to see if it was actually, there was an American release of it, and there actually isn't. It's only a UK release. So I was like, oh, that really sucks, man. I was really hoping for a US release. But I do have a region-free player, so that helps me. And sometimes I see these really cool releases in the UK and everything, and I'm like, oh, man, I really want that. Well, it helps to have a region-free player, because then I can pick this stuff up. It's really cool about this sort of, like, woman who buys this dress, and then something happens to her. I won't really say what, because the trailers kind of give it away a little bit, but not too much. It looks really interesting, to be honest with you. So I bought it as a blind buy, just like the Jamie Lee one, but it looks really fascinating to me, and that's why I wanted to buy it. So I'm very interested in this UK horror film. It looks really cool, so I'm definitely going to give this one a chance, and glad it was through Diabolic that I could get it, so I'm a very happy man on that one. And not last, but certainly not least, I picked up a release over at Best Buy right here, guys. Maybe you guys can figure out what I got at Best Buy, maybe not, but this is a really great movie. I saw it earlier in the year, and if I didn't pick it up, then what kind of collector am I, dude? What kind of collector? Because this is one great goddamn movie, and it's one worth owning in the collection for sure. Anytime you say that you have these films in the collection, you get a little bit of cred. So I'm always happy to pick up another one of these and put it in the collection for sure, guys. A very cool addition to the collection, plus the other two titles that I got for sure, guys. So I picked up 3 things this week, guys, but you will not get to find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray pickups video that will come out the beginning of next month. It'll show off all the releases that I got for the month of September. And there's going to be some really great stuff, guys. There really is. You got new releases. You've got these interesting, sort of unique, independent titles, horror films, thrillers, collector's editions, limited editions, comedies. There's going to be some really great stuff that I'm getting for the month of September. I sort of knew ahead of time what I was getting for the month, and so I was really anticipating September because it's leading up to October, and there's so much great stuff coming out now and leading into the great month of October. So September is going to be one of those months where it's going to be really plentiful and really hurting my wallet. So I can't wait to show you guys what I got, because there's going to be some really cool, unique, and interesting variety that I'm getting. So I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely give it the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD out and about videos I do every single Tuesday. Check out the Blu-ray pickup videos that I do every single month, plus the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends, plus so much more content that's on the channel, guys. If you're a lover of movies and physical media, hit subscribe and become a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are awesome. You go out of your way to watch the videos, you comment, you really support the channel and support me, and it really means a lot to me that you guys do it. So thank you so much. And if you love how I talk about movies and physical media, definitely hit subscribe. And trust me, guys, I know that I took a little bit of a break this past week. I was doing some personal stuff that needed to be taken care of, so I didn't post certain things that I really wanted to, but that's okay, because this upcoming weekend there should be some really cool stuff coming out. A couple of movie reviews, hopefully, the Blu-ray pickup video for August, plus you know, maybe a surprise or two that I may do, or I may save it for a couple weeks from now, which is a really cool video that I did with my mother. It's a little bit of a tease, but it might be one that I will tease you with and save towards the end of the month so that you guys can sort of be anticipated by it. But just wait, it'll be a good one, trust me. All right, guys. Well, again, I hope you picked something cool up, because this week had a ton of variety, just like we've had for the coming weeks previous, and what we'll have, you know, eventually as well. Physical media is not stopping anytime soon, trust me, guys. And I'll see you back next week for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.